I am California of the past.
I
I
am
am
California of the past.
I
I am
am
California
California of the
of the
past.
past.
I like to tell the story of the little building in downtown Roseville at the corner of Vernon and Taylor Street, right next to the Tower Theater. Roseville is now a city of close to 110,000 people. There are lots of folks who don't remember when Vernon Street was the center of town for many years from the 1920s. Now, most of us only go downtown if we want to go to the city hall, the main post office, or the library, or one of the old theaters. But from 1948 to the 1990s, the building next to the Tower Theater was known to the locals as the Frostie Freeze. When it opened in 1948, the population of Roseville was about 7,000. Vernon Street was the main drag. It was loved as the Frostie Freeze, even though tens of thousands of dollars were spent advertising it as Foster's Freeze. It was part of a chain of over 350 fast food restaurants that covered California. This is a current picture of the building. It's vacant, it looks run down, it's very forlorn. I have close ties to this place because of its importance to my family. Beginning in 1966, for many years, the corner of Vernon Street and Taylor Street was my second home, where I operated Foster's Freeze. To see it today, you'd never know it was one of the favorite places in town for a quick meal or where folks could come for a cool treat during the hot summers. Here's what it looked like in 1966 when I bought the business. If you look close, you can see the cigarette machine in the front of the store. In those days, lots of people would top off their favorite treat with a cigarette in the late summer evenings. And cigarettes cost only 25 cents a pack. At that time, we didn't know cigarettes were so bad. So when I bought the business, I wanted to buy the land and the building too, but I didn't have the money. It was my dream to buy the corner. There were two men with famous local last names who helped me make that dream come a reality in 1971. They were Mike Royer and Gene Garbolino. Mike was the president of Citizens Bank of Roseville, and Gene was the chairman of the board. Citizens Bank was formed to help local businesses and residents when the big banks weren't interested. In my case, the big banks wouldn't even consider helping me buy my property. Then one day, I just dropped in Citizens Bank to see Mike Royer. I told him how much I wanted to buy the property. He said he would talk it over with Mr. Garbolino. I had never met either man before that day. Later that afternoon, I got a call from Mike. He wanted to know if I could meet the two of them the following Saturday at Foster's Freeze. Even now, when I look back on that Saturday, I'm amazed at what happened. First, these two men were pillars of the community, bankers no less. They came to see me if I wanted to do business with them. Second, they were visiting me on a Saturday morning to see what business possibilities were. I'd never heard of a banker who worked on Saturday. And third, at the end of the meeting, they offered me a loan to buy the property, plus enough money to remodel the business, to double its size for restaurant seating for almost 50 people. I about fell over. That meeting turned around my business life. In April of the next year, I began the remodeling project. It was completed in June, just in time for the summer rush. Here's a picture of what the new Foster's Freeze looked like. By 1973, sales tripled. I was able to buy another store, my first in Sacramento. The Roseville store became the model for increasing business chain-wide in the Foster's Freeze system. Over the years, I bought and built and remodeled 7 more Foster's Freeze locations. Later, I became a managing partner of the Foster's Freeze company. Plus, I was asked by other local people to help start a new bank to serve the fast-growing Roseville area, Sunrise Bank. As I moved ahead in business, I decided I wanted to give back to the town that helped me so much. So in 1982, I sold my businesses. I was 41 years old. After that, I helped work to start up several local organizations to help homeless and disadvantaged people in Roseville. St. Vincent de Paul in 1983, Home Start in 1988, Lazarus Project in 1998, What Would Jesus Do in 1998, the Placer Care Coalition in 2001, and the Gathering Inn in 2004. Now in 2009, Mike, Gene, and Citizens Bank are gone. Sunrise Bank, the Frostie Freeze, and Little Roseville are gone too, and soon the building at Vernon and Taylor may be gone. But when I see the old forlorn building, deep inside me there are good memories and a feeling of thanks. Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Gene. Thanks, Roseville.